Hi, everyone. I am so excited right now because if I did this right, we should be live on YouTube. So I really hope we are. And you know what? If we're not, I'll always upload this video later. But I am not a tech at all. Coach Janae can attest to that. I have no idea. So I'm really hoping this is streaming live on YouTube right now. But all of that to say, welcome every single one of you who maybe are catching this live or will catch the replay. My name is Coach Crystal, and welcome to this is the Get Crystallized show. This is a podcast that I've been running for quite some time, and I have my beautiful guest co-host, Coach Janae. And why it's called Get Crystallized is because, like crystals, strong women are made under pressure. And I'm thrilled because I actually took a look at how many episodes that we've been recording on the Crystallized podcast, which is available on Spotify and Apple, by the way. This is the 97th episode. Okay, so wow. And Coach Janae and I have a very exciting announcement that we're going to share on the 100th episode. Okay. So we're really excited because there are some amazing things coming up. But before then, I am super blessed because I have one of my amazing athletes on the Get Crystallized show today. Tamika, hello. How are you? Miss Tamika, first of all, came to us by registering for our 4-day Fit Beyond 40 workshop. And I'm just going to I'm doing a little plug about the workshop right now, and we'll get into Tamika's experience because this woman at 47 years young, yes, is that correct? 47 years young, she hit the fitness competition stage for the very first time like a week ago, or we're at a week out, right? And I cannot wait for her to share her experience. But before I get her to share a little bit about herself, I just want to take this opportunity to invite, if you are a woman over 40, if you have been struggling getting off those unwanted pounds, and what I mean by that is you're literally stuck on the weight loss roller coaster. And I'm sure Coach Janae and Tamika can relate to this, where you'll hop on a program, the new app, maybe you invested in a Peloton, you got a gym membership because it was a really good deal, a back to school deal, you are on some type of challenge, whatever, your formula is that you made up in your head, you maybe lose the weight, but as soon as you stop whatever program you have registered for, the weight creeps back on and then some. That's what I mean by the weight loss roller coaster. So if you are sick and tired of feeling sick and tired, you want to step off that weight loss roller coaster and learn how to permanently keep the weight off for good, create a sustainable lifestyle. And that's the word, sustainable. So many programs out there are not. And to feel freedom in your own skin, then I want to invite you to register for our upcoming Fit Beyond 40 workshop. It's a 4-day workshop that starts on Monday, September 30th. And Tamika, that was how she was introduced to us. She registered for this free workshop. And so, Tamika, I would actually love to start there because you registered for the workshop, you attended all 4 days. Where was your mindset at? Where was your physicality at? Like, where was your body at? And why did you register for the workshop in the first place?
Okay. So good morning, everybody. I would have to say it was a blessing that I saw this on Facebook. I was literally at a point physically where I had gained weight and I was at a high I had never been at before. And I was someone that always worked out. And it was like I hit a certain age and I was still working out, but my body wasn't changing. It was going the other direction. And I was lost. I didn't know what to do. And I saw you, and it was weird. It was literally maybe a day or two after I had hit my frustration point, and I was just unhappy with myself. And then you popped up in my feed with this 4-day workshop, and I was like, I'm going for it. And I hopped on it. I came every day. I did all the work that came with it, and I got motivated. The biggest thing was I felt I could get education from this because something was missing and I didn't know what it was. And you kind of outlined what that is. These are the pieces, and that was the start of it. And so I did that challenge, and it just kind of went from there.
I mean, I love that. I love that, you know, I completely believe that it wasn't by accident, right? Like, I'm a God-fearing woman, and I believe that every woman that attends a workshop, it's according to his plan. And I'm so happy that we came across you at a point in your journey where, like you said, you were frustrated and you're like, I have to do something about this. And that's the thing about our workshop is we want women to register who are just, they're done. They're done. They, I guarantee if you follow through, even in just in 4 days and trust the process, you will recognize that there is, like Tamika shared, a missing piece. And we're not going to give that away, by the way, because today is just like a high level introduction to Tamika and Coach Janae, who also competed, and their experience. But both of these ladies are going to deep dive and share their experience and the secret to what it takes to actually stay committed and take the weight off and keep it off for good at the workshop. They're going to be actually speaking and sharing their testimonies. So if that doesn't encourage you to register, I don't know what will, because those secrets, these two women, I am confident that even after the competition, what's embedded in them is these rituals and these habits that are going to serve them for the rest of their life, right? And so, Coach Janae, this isn't your first, run at competing. And so, I'd love for you to share. You are now 46 years young. You've got the competition bug. Like, in other words, it bit you, because after the first one, it is addictive. So, Tamika, warning, you're going to get addicted. And I think it's because we're all hardworking go-getters, and we love setting goals for ourselves, achieving them, and surpassing them. And that's also the type of woman that we look for. If you don't have to be super fit. I'm excited to show Tamika's before and afters, but if you are driven and if you want to change your lifestyle, having a goal like this, Coach Janae, share why having a goal like this really helps kind of stay on track, because we take a full year to get ourselves ready for that stage. And we take it seriously because there's phases that we go through, and we're going to share a high level what those phases are. So whether you're competing in a fitness competition or not, why is it important to have a solid goal that's more than just, I want to lose the weight?
Yeah. So I always find, like, personally, having a goal always keeps me driven, always keeps me, motivated, for lack of a better word, but always being able to strive for something and know that you are working towards something gives you purpose towards that. So when times start to get tough and it's early in the morning, you got to get your workout in, or you got to go for a run and you hate running, or you have to meal prep, or you have to eat some more chicken, and like whatever that looks like, that tough struggle to kind of push through, having that goal and knowing that that's what you're working towards, and that's what you're trying to achieve. That's what this is all about. It helps you stay on track, and listening to that inner voice that's saying, keep at it, keep going, instead of listening to that voice that's saying, just give up. Don't like, it's too hard. You're never going to get there anyway. Just give up. So you have that choice of which of those voices you're going to listen to. And when you have a goal and you believe in it passionately, that you really want to accomplish that goal, you would really want to see yourself through to that, then it makes it a little bit easier for you to listen to the right voice, right? The voice that's going to get you to your goal. So always striving for that goal. And always knowing that once you hit that goal, that's not the end of it, right? It just means that there's another goal. And now you can see what else you can do. And that is even extra motivation to see, okay, now that I've accomplished this one thing, like if I went harder, or if I put in a little bit more time, or if I, built a little bit more, like, what next? What can I do next? And that to me is the most exciting kind of push through to get through that goal, is like, what else can I accomplish? What else can I make my body do? And that's exciting. That's kind of like what gets me up. Like, what's the new personal best weight that I can hip thrust, right? So, and that will get me through, right? As painful as that exercise can be, right? Like that is really what will push through.
Something that you said, that was an amazing share, Coach Janae, is that we have this battle of two voices in our head. The one that says, just give up. It's too hard. You can't do it. And I think, in the 18 years that I've been in the health industry, that voice is more prominent. And in our workshop, we teach how to overcome those self-sabotaging thoughts, which create self-sabotaging behaviors, right? And so, Tamika, you came in, and what I loved about you is that, yes, those niggling, like little thoughts, like little bit of doubt kicked in. And so let's talk a little bit about that. We're going to deep dive at the workshop, but I'd love for you to share, you had those little niggling thoughts. How did you combat those kind of like self-sabotaging, doubtful thoughts in your head and keep pushing forward?
Okay. So I think you're right on. They never went away. I think I just got better at managing them. And some things that helped me were, one, I was seeing results. So when I would have those thoughts creep in, I would just go honestly to my pictures, and I'm like, no, they're wrong. Look, you have these results. And you told me from day one, trust the process. And I would always replay that in my mind, because this is a perfect example. Like I'm picturing you, and I'm like, behind you is this wall full of medals. And I'm like, she is tried and true and proven. Trust her process. So whenever I would have those doubts, I would look at my pictures and be like, no, there's progress. I would think about things my husband would say, because he would point out things, those non-scale victories where my clothes are fitting better. So I used all of those things as motivators for me, and just honestly just telling myself, those thoughts are wrong. They're not true. Those are lies. The truth is what you're seeing. The progress that you're seeing, that is the truth. And that's how I just kind of battled it and continue to battle it, to be honest.
The key thing that you said there is that you continued the battle. In other words, like, it's a constant battle of, can I do this? You question your ability, but then the key thing, the word continue, to me rings and really highlights consistency. Because I think that a lot of women who start up any type of program, they give up too quickly, and they weren't consistent enough to see those little results that you're talking about, right? And when it comes to changing our body composition, the results, they're slow. And you have to be really patient. It's like centimeters at a time. But then I look, and you look at your before and after, and it's funny because whether it's, my ladies that are, training for a fitness competition or just fat loss, until I put their before and afters together, they're like, oh yeah, like, wow, I am looking pretty good. And it's so funny that it takes that, because you look at yourself every single day. And on top of that, we're our worst critic, right? And so what we do at the workshop is we teach these tools on how to overcome that inner critic. And we teach, how do we, learn to crush those self-sabotaging habits and be excited and consistent with the new ones to get to point A to point B, right? So, I mean, my goodness, like, look at how, I mean, you look phenomenal, Tamika. So I would love for you to share, like, when you look at your before and after, what is it that you see? And if you remember your mindset in your before picture compared to your mindset now, what is the difference?
Yes. So my before picture, when I look at those, I honestly didn't know I looked, I don't want to say I looked that bad, but it was worse than I had thought. I was not, And so my mindset at that time, I told my husband I was unhappy with my body. Or that vacation before I started with you, I didn't post pictures because I didn't like how I looked. And for a vacation beach girl like me, that was it. My after, when I compare them, especially my back view, I am just floored. I'm almost speechless looking at the difference. And it's two different bodies. Same person, two different bodies, but the tone muscle that I built is amazing. And my mindset is kind of what Coach Janae mentioned. What else can I do? Because it was so exciting. When I look at the side by side, I have one from the day that I signed up to competition. And when I look at it, I'm just in awe of the transformation. And it's talk about motivation. It's motivating me to, all right, so if I tweak this a little bit more, if I go a little harder here, if I do this, what else can I do? How else can I look? And it's exciting. The possibility is exciting.
Coach Janae and I are just kind of nodding our heads because we understand that. When you hit that level and you actually follow through, you just feel so empowered, right? And so, Coach Janae, like, this is your third year competing or fourth? Like, what drives you to keep competing?
It's always getting better, right? That's always, top of my list of, I want to be better than the last show. I want to, the improvements that I wanted to make in certain areas. I want to, showcase that and show that I was able to, get better at that particular area or whatever that was, right? So it's that constant wanting to always improve over the last show, the last season, last year, the last version of me, and continue to build on that. But also just the entire experience overall just keeps me coming back, right? It is very fun. It is very empowering. It is actually very friendly, very supportive in terms of all of the people involved. I love having Coach Crystal in the audience cheering us on, right? Like that is, it's very, very heartwarming. And, friends and family, all of that whole supportive thing, and my entire community understanding and knowing what my goals are and what I'm trying to achieve, and kind of cheering me on, so that when those little negative voices and those self-doubts are starting to kind of eat at you and maybe play on your mind a little bit more than usual, you have this great group and community in terms of all of the other ladies within R3, kind of like cheering you on, and that they are cheering you on, right? And that certainly keeps me going, and I love knowing that they expect me to compete every year, right? And okay, here she goes again, right? So that's part of the joy of it. And I think of all of the things that I could be doing in my spare time, hobbies and interests and things like this. Competing is one way to support something that I'm very passionate about, not just temporarily, but something that will provide longevity in my entire life, right? So that when I'm 80, I can get up on the stage again and do, right? Like I want something that will support my entire life and support this very healthy lifestyle. So I feel like competing really goes hand in hand in that. And that's what I that's my hobby, right? That's my extra that I do. So I don't mind going all in and committing to it and coming back every year because it's fun. It supports my healthy lifestyle. It's going to promote a longevity in my life so that when I'm older, I'm going to be fit. This is very encouraging. And overall, just general health wise, it keeps me in a better frame of mind, not just physically, but mentally as well. So a ton of reasons to keep going every year, right? I don't know why anybody would stop. Like, that's silly. I mean, it's again, it's very contagious, but for all the right reasons.
I love that. And we witnessed that actually in the show in which both my girls medaled, which I'm very proud of. A competitor was 72 years young and he rocked that stage. He had muscles galore. His family were going crazy over them. And I was so proud of him at 72 because most 72-year-olds are either on walkers or are out of breath every time they go up a flight of stairs, they're maybe even already shuffling and, having a hard time getting up after sitting down. But here was this 72-year-old young man, strutting his stuff and flexing and just having the best time. And to me, like you said, Coach Janae, longevity, the key, especially for us women over 40 going through the menopause transition, is we have to build muscle. And muscle is expensive and we need to keep it, we need to retain it, and we need to keep on building it. And so, I put up here, that's Coach Nelson, my husband and I, we're both fitness competitors. We walk the talk. And, there you are, Coach Janae, in your beautiful costume. You do a category called glamour. And then, of course, you girls rocking that stage and medaling. And both of you are going to be competing at the Elite and Worlds in a few weeks. And so, you both represent that age is nothing but a number, and I cannot wait. So what we want to do is we want to encourage every single one of you that are either listening to the podcast, watching the replay, register for the Fit Beyond 40 workshop. It's 4 days. It's absolutely free. And Coach Janae and Tamika are going to share the secret behind how they completed this transformation, the secret on how to crush self-sabotaging behaviors, and the secret on how to master consistency. And they'll be sharing that at the workshop. So all you need to do, I added the link down below. Make sure you register. You will hear a more personal testimony from both of them. And I'll even show a sneak peek of them walking the stage. So and that's really, really, really exciting. Please come back and register for the workshop. You truly have nothing to lose but wait. So Tamika, Coach Janae, thank you so, so much for your presence, for being here live, for sharing. I just wanted to give like a little taste of what's to come at the workshop and get, our ladies excited of what could happen when they actually dedicate themselves, trust the process, and have a coach that is, of similar mind, of who literally walks the talk, who is going through the menopause transition and can really walk alongside you, whether it's weight loss, fat loss, or getting onto that fitness competition stage. Having a coach that will fully invest in you, I believe, is really important. Coaches need coaches. You might be an executive in your role. You might be, awesome at doing all the things. But I truly believe to get your fitness and mindset to the next level, we all need coaches. So I'd love to ask, Coach Janae and Tamika, as we wrap up, why should these ladies that are possibly listening to the podcast or watching the replay, why should they register? Why is registering for the Fit Beyond 40 workshop the first step? Tamika, go ahead.
I will say you are your best investment, and you cannot go wrong by registering for this workshop, no matter the level of fitness you are at right now or your goals. This is the best first step you can make. This is the best investment you can make in yourself.
Beautiful. Thank you, Tamika. Coach Janae, and how would you encourage ladies who have never heard of Fit Beyond 40? They're maybe feeling the way Tamika did, just frustrated with their, weight loss efforts. Why should they register for a Fit Beyond 40 workshop?
Well, we all need to start somewhere, and there's always a first step. And really, you're not going to find a better, more warming, welcoming, supportive first step than the 4-day workshop, right? You're going to have lots of love and support and lots of understanding. We know exactly what you're going through, and so do many of the women that join. So there's a great sense of community right there, and what a great first step, right? Knowing that you're not taking that first step alone. You are joining a bunch of women, all taking that first step together, regardless if you've tried that first step a couple of times before, right? We're all going through it together. So this is a great way to get started, because you have that support, and knowing that once you start, just think 2 months down the road where you will be. But you got to take that first step, right? And so keep that in mind about the future, what will happen 2 months, 6 months from now. And it all starts with just one free 4-day workshop, right? One step first, one step at a time, baby steps. And this is where you start.
I love it. Thank you so much, Coach Janae and Tamika. I'm excited for you guys to share your testimony and show you guys rocking that stage at the workshop. As Tamika and Coach Janae has said, this is just the first step. It's absolutely free. It will truly unlock why you have been stuck on the weight loss roller coaster. So if you're ready to step off once and for all, Tamika knows the secret, Coach Janae knows the secret, and it's not what you expect. And you will discover that at the workshop. So click the link below, go ahead and register. You will see these girls live on Zoom as they share their story. I'm so excited. Girls, so much. And to all of you, we'll see you next time on the Get Crystallized show. Have an amazing day, guys. Bye.